Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the live. Good morning. I'm having some coffee. I'll give everyone a few minutes to hop on. I hope everyone's having a great day so far, a great Monday. Hey, Dennis and Jan, what's up? Hey, Brad. Hey, John, Leo, Sam, good morning. Hey, Chris, David, Shane. Surf says it's Monday morning. It's Monday morning here, too. Hey, guys. Good morning. Hey, Leah. Aunt Julie's in the house. Hey, Way, W-A-I. Jacqueline, Misty, Judith, Bree from the Keys. Ooh, is it stormy down there, Bree? I know we have some hurricane bands. Actually, it's kind of stormy out here today. Hey, Fiona, Jeff, barbecue. Andre, yes, I'm really here this morning. Leo says, what coffee are you drinking? I like the, darn, it's yellow. What's it called? It's an espresso, but I just do it in my regular coffee pot. Hey, Uncle Da. But a Cafe Bustillo, I think that's what it's called. Hey, Rodney and Peggy, thank y'all for being a member. I appreciate you being here. David, I'm doing wonderful this morning. I thought it would be a fun way to kick the week off. Mondays are typically my break day, honestly. I do, running the hot dog cart, and then all weekend I am finalizing editing and dropping the video and responding to comments all day on Sunday. So Mondays are usually like okay, now I can catch up on everything. Is it National Coffee Day? Because if it is, that wasn't planned. But yeah, Monday is my catch-up day, and I thought, what a fun way to go live and chat with you guys this morning. I thought that would be super fun. So thank you all for being here. Yeah, I love it. Surf says I have the Folgers breakfast blend. I've tried that one, actually, and I like that one. But I've been stuck on the Cafe Bustillo. I run it through my regular coffee pot. Hey, Erwin. And I like it with just creamer and sugar. I'm pretty simple. I like my warm coffee in the mornings, and I like an iced coffee around 1 or 2 o'clock. Good morning, Tracy. Hey. So good to see all of y'all. I don't know what time it is where you're at. Oh my gosh. But here in Florida, North Florida, it is, well, obviously 10 o'clock. Hey, Uncle Crafty. Thanks for being here. So I didn't know it was National Coffee Day. That just so happened. Hey there. Rob says it's getting stormy here, prelude to the hurricane weather. Yes, it is stormy here. I'm hoping we don't get rained out. We hot dog it on Wednesday. So hopefully we don't get rained out. Shelby says, I love International Delight, sweet cream, no sugar. Yeah, I do love the vanilla, the International Delight, the vanilla coffee creamer. But lately, I don't like it because it cools down my coffee so much. And then I hate having to reheat my coffee. So Andrea says, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Wow. From Cyprus. Wow, interesting. Dennis and Jan, it's 9:02 where they're at. Dr. Prepper, hello. 4 p.m. in Belgium. It's so cool to see what time it is in other places of the world. I love that. Sam says, I would love to do a food truck. Are you planning to get a food truck at some point? That is the ultimate goal, is to expand into a food truck or food trailer. Yeah, that's definitely the goal, especially as winter is coming. I know I'm always like, oh my gosh, it's so hot here in Florida. But let me tell you something. I can handle the heat. The cold, I will stand there and shiver and just be miserable. I hate the cold. Dennis and Jan says, tell Aunt Julie hello from Missouri. Aunt Julie is here in the chat. Her name is Leah Beeson on here. So if you see Leah Beeson, that is Aunt Julie. And Uncle Da is Jim Beeson on here. Let's see. Rob says food trucks in the South are spendy big time. Yeah. Yes, for sure. But I have been saving up, and I have a really big event coming up for the Florida-Georgia game. I know I kind of touched on it if you were here in our last live from the hot dog cart. We have a really big event. It's big, it's scary, but it's exciting. And if we pull this off, if we see, it looks like we got the contract. So if we keep going in the direction that we're going, we will be able to definitely put back and save for that food trailer. So definitely looking forward to that. Hey, everybody, if you're just joining us, welcome, welcome. Andre says they don't drink coffee. Oh, I live off coffee. Aunt Julie says hello to everyone. Mighty, hi, gorgeous. We love your videos. You work so hard. We all wish you the best. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Andre, I see how you like your coffee. That's funny. Rhode Island, no rain in 10 days. Wow. It hasn't really rained here yet, but it is very cloudy, and you can just kind of tell those like hurricane bands, and we're getting some now. So, but thankfully the 2 hurricanes that are out there, they are just gonna go away from us. So if they would have hit us, they would have been bad. One of them's a monster, like a category 5. The other one is like tropical storm, but we're still gonna get a lot of rain from it. Rob says, hey, Aunt Julie. Rob says, we're here for every step. I followed y'all since the beginning. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate it. Oh no, Tony's sick with the flu. I'm so sorry, and I hope you feel better. Fiona says, you've been such an inspiration for my own business. Thank you. You are so welcome. And what business are you doing? Are you doing food stuff or something different? I would love to know. 7 a.m. in Vegas. WAI says, where are you going next? We will be at the ballpark again on Wednesday, as long as it doesn't rain. Looks like we might get some rain that day, so we will see. Lucy Lou says, have you set a goal date for food truck or trailer? You deserve one. Thank you so much. Yeah, that is like my next step. So I'm constantly saving. I'm just hitting the ground running as hard as I can. I am working on a course. This is my new like studio. My daughter, my oldest, moved out, so I was able to turn a portion of a room into a recording studio. So I'm working on a course that I can put out that people can purchase, and it will be literally start to finish on what all you need to do to start a hot dog cart business. And once that launches, I'm hoping that will generate some more income, and then I can get closer to that food truck or trailer. But maybe by winter, that would be nice. Can y'all hear me? It looks like someone said there's no sound. Danny says there's no sound. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, so Jay, okay. So I guess you can hear me. Take it step by step. Okay, y'all can hear me. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Take it step by step. You're doing great. Thank you. That's what I'm doing. I'm just like chipping away at the block with every goal that I have. I just kind of like chip away at it little by little until I get it done. Fiona says, I'm trying to start my own baking business, working with one oven from home. Good for you. I love that. I've been seeing a lot of people lately doing the like the home baking and even like the farm stand thing. My sister-in-law, or almost sister-in-law, might as well be, she's doing the farm stand where she'll have chickens and then she'll put eggs in there and baked goods in the little farm stand, and it's kind of built on the like the trust, I forget the word, like basically you can come put your money in a drop box and get your cookies or your eggs or whatever it is, and it's really cool. People are making money off of that. Casey says, how is Sunshine's merch sales going, Shannon? A little slow, honestly, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, I might sell a few a week, if that, some weeks, but I also don't push it a ton like I probably should. So yeah, it's a little bit slower than I'd like, but that's okay. Good morning. Jedi says, do you dunk your hot dogs in your coffee? Absolutely not. Heck no. And by the way, guys, if you comment on the live and I don't see it, just know when I replay the lives later, I do get to see all of your comments. So if you have a question you want to ask me or something you want to say, drop it in the chat because I will see it eventually. So yes. And I'm going to go back up to some of these. Good morning, Patty. WAI says, have you seen Rick, the guy from New Jersey? Yeah, we've seen Rick a couple of times. He's a little shy. He's a little camera shy, but we love Rick. He's so great. And I told him, because when he was on one of the videos, I told him, some people in the comments said, Rick should have his own YouTube channel. We would watch it because he's just such a, he's very charismatic and he doesn't even mean to be. And I told him that. He's like, really? Really? He was really excited. So it was awesome. Let's see. I'm going back up to some comments. Eclectic says, how much barbecue gas do you use? I can go through one propane tank probably about 5 trips out. I've pushed it to see, but after I did it 5 trips last time, and then I went to get it refilled, and it still only took a few pounds extra. So I still could have pushed it even further. But I guess it depends on how high all your burners are and everything. My hot dog cart, my burners get really hot. There's 4 total burners, and I can get away with just turning on 2, and it heats the whole underneath. Lucy says, you need to take some merch to the hot dog cart. People tell me that all the time, and I just haven't yet, but I need to, so thank you. Rudy says, so proud of you. I know it isn't easy. Thank you, Rudy. I appreciate that. I'm just rocking and rolling. I'm just trying to keep pushing forward. That's all I can do. Hey, William. Hey, Joy. Thanks to my mods for being here, too. I appreciate you. Shout out from Houston. Been watching for a good while now. Thank you. I appreciate that, Louie. Good morning from Australia. William, hello. Sam says, don't know if you saw this earlier. I was asking, are you planning on getting a food truck and traveling around Florida? So, yeah, I would love that. I think out of truck or trailer, I would go with trailer because I've heard people say if you get a food truck and if your truck breaks down, you're out of business. Whereas if you have a trailer, you can, and your actual truck breaks down, you can always like rent a truck or borrow a truck or something. So, but yeah, Mag Daddy Dog says, didn't set up today because of all the rain. Yeah, we haven't got the rain yet, but it's very, very cloudy and it is coming our way. We're probably going to get rained out Wednesday, I'm afraid. But back to Sam about traveling around. So yes, I would totally travel around Florida some. Like if there was a big event, within a few hours, I would 100% go. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Tara. I already read that one. Good morning from Maryland. Hello. WAI says, get V-neck shirts for guys. And I'm not emo. He says, I'll ask my merch lady if she can get some. DA says, good morning from Vegas, 7 a.m. and cloudy. Ronald says, is Florida haunted? And Crystal, I see not everyone has your good energy. I think that's why you're successful. Thank you, Crystal. I really appreciate that. Sunshine Scratcher says, Bailey just cracks me up. Y'all have such a great relationship. Reminds me of me and my daughter. Bailey is my little buddy. I love my girls equally. Me and Jaden have a certain bond. It's more of just a deep emotional bond. Me and Bailey, of course, have that too, but we can banter and cut up. And she was always my wild child, but when she straightened up around like 13, she turned her energy into just being like funny and a jokester, and she's a trip. We love her. Paige says, love your realness. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Trying to go back up to the comments I didn't catch. Did the guy ever come back that asked for your number? No, he didn't. Evan, love that your aunt and daughter are part of the business too. Me too. I'm so grateful and so thankful for both of them. Andre has never been to Florida in my 66 years. Florida is great. Oh yeah, someone asked, is Florida haunted? That's what I was trying to get back to. So y'all know St. Augustine is the oldest city in the United States, and it's like 45 minutes from here. And we actually stayed there back in August for Bailey's birthday, and we almost did one of the spooky tours, like the ghost tours and stuff. But yeah, it's apparently super haunted. We had some weird stuff happen in the Airbnb we were staying in. And so yeah, I think it's a little haunted. Joy says, I've had some fun times in Florida. Florida is so fun. There's so many beautiful beaches. We don't have the most beautiful ones here up near Jacksonville, but on some days when like the current's doing a good thing or it's not too like churned up out there, it will look really pretty out there. So very thankful. Is Bailey here? Oh, hey, Bailey. She's at work right now. She's probably listening as she's grooming doggies. Hey, Bailey. Jedi says, it was cool seeing your dad. He looks like a nice guy. My dad is super cool. He's a chill, laid back beach bum. Speaking of the beach. Andre says, Bailey and you are twins. Yeah, we get that a lot. Go Bolton says, do you go to NFL tailgating? I think the fans would love you and your family. Thank you for that. We did try one Jaguars game. We weren't in the right spot. I can say that. And it wasn't the right time either. We're probably going to try it again, possibly. But yeah, it was kind of a flop. I have a video on that, actually, if you want to go back and watch that. It was called like Stadium Fail. And it was a fail because I spent so much money on preparing and so much money, and it was a flop that day. Andre, you broke that guy's heart. It seems. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joy, it was a little dangerous. Yeah, it was. We were out there at night, and, you know, Jacksonville is there's some dangerous parts of Jacksonville, and there's some country parts of Jacksonville. There's so many different parts of Jacksonville. There's like ritzy and slums and country. Like there's so many different parts, and there's some areas that you just kind of know you shouldn't be in, and you shouldn't be in at nighttime. And unfortunately, we were in one of those areas that you probably shouldn't be in at the nighttime. And it was so much so, it was like 4 o'clock. I had Bailey there with us too, and I sent Bailey home. I was like, girly, go on home. Radio says, my business is Good Doggy Hot Dogs and Popcorn. How cool. Where are you at? Where are you located? Paige, yeah, it was a scary spot too. Yeah, it was scary. Hey, Journey of Jerry. William says, hi, Bailey. Hope you both have a good day, and say hi to your beautiful aunt. My beautiful aunt is in the chat as well. She's here watching, so you can definitely say hello. Chillax in Bailey's voice. I know what you're talking about from the last video. Good morning, Paul. Hello. Hey, local reviewer. Thank you so much for being a channel member. I appreciate that. I just turned on channel membership, so you can actually become a member of my YouTube channel. And then you can get exclusive access to certain videos maybe that aren't posted to the public. I have we've worked a lot that you guys haven't always seen. Tara, thank you for the super chat. Wow. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, we've done a lot of selling hot dogs, and I haven't showed y'all everything. Either maybe there was something wrong with the audio a little bit, or whatever it was. Sometimes they're just good videos that just didn't make the cut. So I'm going to be releasing some of these videos for my channel members. So, and probably eventually release them to everyone too. But so that's the membership thing. So thank you to my members. Jedi says, I think people plan to eat at the game. Not sure you'll ever do well outside of the stadium. You know, you are probably right. I had high hopes because when I was a teenager and I ran the hot dog cart, I actually ended up helping a family who had hot dog carts down there at the same stadium where I was at. And they had like hot dog carts on a few different corners. And it was a husband and wife duo and like her dad. So we all like tag teamed a corner. And when I tell y'all, it was swamped. It was so busy, so crazy. So I was expecting that when I did it. I was like, oh man, I'm about to go kill it out there and make lots of money. But I think a lot of it was the location and the time. Hey, Keezy. The time, it was an evening game. So by that time, I feel like people probably went to dinner, maybe had a drink, and now they're ready to go to the game. Or whatever it was. I don't know if a lunchtime would be different, and I don't know if I'm ever going to try it, but we'll see. Go Bolton says, cool. I know people show up very early for the tailgate, so I know you'll be successful next time you go. Thank you. Hey, Sheila from Jacksonville, Florida. What's up? Hey, neighbor. And Tara, thank you again for that super chat. I really appreciate that. Dr. Prepper, after game munchies. Yeah, we did get more people come after the game than we did before the game. So yeah. Uncle Crafty says, my name looks plain without the blue. I'm sorry. So someone asked what happened, Uncle Crafty. I had to scale back some of the mods. I have several mods on the chat that help me keep the chat clean and respectful. And, but I was having some people that were getting blocked for maybe no reason, or longtime fans had gotten timed out or blocked or timed out, whatever, however it works on the back end. And people were emailing me like, hey, I got silenced for no reason. So I just scaled back half my mods, and then I'm going to slowly add back just to make sure we're all on the good. But Uncle Crafty has been super helpful. Everybody's been super helpful. So I appreciate everyone. Just trying to keep everything good. David said, are California people awake yet? What time is it in California? It's probably 10, 9, 8, 7, like 6 a.m. maybe. Joy, no, don't be sorry. No one be sorry. It's okay. I don't know. Everything is totally fine though. I just make sure, like, I just want to keep the chat clean and make sure everyone's being respectful other than that, and not spamming it over and over and over. But you guys know what's up. You guys know what to do. All is good. Jay Brooks says, love your channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Rob, thank you for clearing that up. You're very welcome. Sunshine says, make sure you represent both teams at the Florida-Georgia game. Yeah, that's another thing. We were decked out in our Jaguars gear for the Jags game. It was just kind of natural to do. And then I started thinking about, I was like, dang, maybe we should have just stayed Sunshine's hot dogs. But yeah, the Florida-Georgia game, we will not be wearing team colors. We will be branded. We won't even be Sunshine's hot dogs that day. They are wrapping my cart in something different to match their brand. So we're kind of what's called white labeling it. So yeah. Tony says, Shannon, did you keep up with the day you quit your old job so we can have a Sunshine's hot dog anniversary? Oh, that's fun. Let's see. I can go back and look. I know it was in June when I left. And then we can always celebrate my first day, the first day that I ran the cart. That was in March. So yeah, we'll definitely be able to celebrate this soon. Rob says, I have been a mod a million times. I don't block unless they are spamming or being inappropriate to the streamer. Yes, and that's how it should be. I think I had so many mods, and it was hard to keep track of what was what. So just scaled it back to the people who have been doing it since the beginning. And that way we don't upset anyone. I actually lost some subscribers on one of them. So yeah, there's that. Uncle Crafty says, Bailey, did you get your Tumblr? Bailey, you want to tell him about your Tumblr? Bailey has been busy, and Bailey does not stay home a lot, if I'm being real with you guys. She's 17, but she lives like a little adult. She works 2 jobs, and yeah, so when she has gifts here, she'll come get them on like Sunday dinner day. Christina says, good morning, Shannon. I was just watching your last YouTube video. Glad I caught this live. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And yeah, if you're here, please like the live. Eddie says, good morning, Sunshine Dogs. This is Eddie with Scoots Gourmet Dogs and Catering. Love what you're doing. I need to start my own YouTube channel. Keep up the good work. Yay! I love that. Good for you, Eddie. Definitely start your YouTube channel. It can help supplement your hot dog cart. So you can get another revenue stream. Just know it's a lot of work, but you can do it. Go for it. There's space. There's room here. There's millions of people across the world that will watch you, potentially watch you. So definitely do it. Dominique says, big shout out to Bailey. Looks like she is a massive go-getter. Bailey is, guys, I give her free reign because she's such a good kid. She does the right thing. She works hard. She does her thing. I don't have to micromanage her. She's safe. She's with you know, she's doing a good job in life, and I'm very proud. I'm proud of both of my girls. My oldest is 19. She just got her own apartment, and I just couldn't be more proud of them. She's in school right now. Like, very, very proud of my girls. Let's see. Word of the Wise says, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm hungry. Shannon, do you mind shipping me some of your hot diggity dogs down to South Florida? I'm kind of getting hungry too, honestly. But yeah, if I could ship y'all some dogs, I would. Maybe one day I'll have a pack of Sunshine's hot dogs and y'all can buy them and cook and eat them while we hang out. WAI says, when is the wedding? Y'all should wear hot dog costumes. Probably next November. We met in November of 2018. So 18, 19, 20, 21, so 7 years now. So 7 years ago. So we'll do it next November because it's cooler and why not? Oh Lord, 19. Bailey will be living with her next. Yeah, Andre, she went to her sister's apartment. She's like, I'm home. We're all still so close though. My oldest, even though she moved out like a week and a half ago now, I've still seen her every single day. Every day. So she'll be like, Mama, you want to come over? I'm like, yes, I do. I'll be right there. Yeah, we're all super close. And the sisters are like this. I would love that for them. Let's see. Going back up to some chats. Have you tried freezer gel packs for your condiments instead of ice? I tried the smaller ones. And they didn't hold up that well. So I really love the new ice tray thing that I have. So, so nice. It holds so much ice. And yeah, definitely good. Mud House, it's always a good time for a hot dog. Ivan, I see. Okay, Keezy says, hey, if this don't bring in a lot of income, you can always open a restaurant. You'll be so good at it, I think. Keep the same aura, skills, ways you, and you'll be so successful. I have a story about that. Shane my fiance, was just talking last night. He said, what is your end goal with Sunshine's Hot Dogs? What's your goal? And I was like, maybe have a restaurant. And he's like, well, then you need to work towards that. He's like my cheerleader. He watches like motivational stuff on TV, and then he passes that knowledge on to me. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, a restaurant would be cool. I know it's a lot of work. I study a lot of what's better, food truck versus restaurant. A lot of people say a food truck is better because you don't have the overhead that you do with a restaurant and have the staffing issues and things like that. But I think it would be amazing. You know, especially having the YouTube thing. People travel already to see us, which is so crazy to me. I can't even fathom the fact that people are coming and traveling to see us, but people are, and how cool it would be to have an actual brick and mortar, actual restaurant where people could come, and then I could have cooks cooking, and I could just mingle with everyone and, you know, do what I love, which is this, like interacting with you guys, and just spending quality time with people in general. Let's see. Do you have grilled onions as a side? I have grilled peppers and onions that are usually ordered with the sausage. Autumn says, I think you'd do great with a permanent location. Thank you. I think that would be a lot of fun. And we'll see. This is all turned into a lot more than I anticipated. I thought I was just going to do the hot dog cart on the side, little side gig. Me and Bailey could kick it and do something fun. And I didn't know it was going to turn into anything like this. So I just don't know the trajectory yet. I'm a planner. I like to have my goals set and plan and try to reach them. But honestly, here, it's I don't know where this is going, but I'm along for the ride, just like y'all are. JJ says, if you go restaurant, you need to expand the menu. Going to be more work. Yeah, that's so true. Joel says, we could sure use something new in this town. Everything that was good is gone. Yes, for sure. Hercules says, I thought Bailey just had her 18th birthday. She had her 17th. She's 17. My other one is 19. It might have been my other daughter, but she's 19. So they're 17 and 19. Trying to get up to some. Ooh, Mike says, what would be the name? I'd probably just keep it like Sunshine's something. I think Sunshine's has to stay. Aunt Julie says, thanks so much for the awesome goodies, tumblers, totes, and all the other beautiful things. Yes, you guys have sent us so many awesome things, and we're just so appreciative of all of you guys. Even just watching, you're helping us so much, so thank you. Antonio says, been following your journey from the beginning. Keep it up. Thank you. Rob says, I'm 54 years old. My youngest sibling is 43, oldest of 4. All the years later, we meet up constantly and have meals together. Family first, always. I love that. Sam says, is Bailey planning on going to college or going into her own business like you? She talks about both. And Bailey, maybe you can answer that. I know she has an interest in vet and animals. She's actually at work right now. She's grooming dogs, so she does have a love for animals, but she has the entrepreneurial spirit within her. I can see it. I've seen it since she was little, and so you never know where that could go. Bailey says, I've tried, but she won't let me make noodles. What do you mean? I need to go. Dennis, thank you. Dennis and Jan, thank you. William says, when I come to holiday next year, I will come and visit your hot dog location. Thank you. Tara, that's okay. Bye-bye. I hope you have a good day. Sunshine says, you did a good job raising your girls. Pat yourself on the back. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, Tony says, Shannon, you have the charisma to be an actress. Go for it. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to go back down to the others. Bailey says, make something that makes good money. Tony asked, what was the previous job? I have worn many hats, Tony, but the last one, the job that I quit to do hot dogs was, I was a lifestyle director. So I threw events and parties for a large HOA community. I basically made the entire calendar for the month. I planned and executed all of the big events. Some of them were massive, like big outdoor vendor markets with slides, water slides, and DJs, and everything you can imagine. Food trucks. Well, that's another fun thing, is I was the one booking the food trucks, and yeah, so it's really cool to be the food person now. Reginald, hello, Sunshine. I've watched every one of your videos. I live in Georgia. I'm going to the Florida-Georgia game. Congratulations on your engagement. Let us know when your big day. Reginald, I'll be down at the Florida-Georgia game too. I'll have more details as it gets closer, but we will be down there in a big way. Let's see. Jedi says, my sister-in-law is a dog groomer, been doing it for 30 years, and she loves it. Wow. Rodney says, Rodney and Peggy say, we have a restaurant near us that serves jumbo on Hawaiian king rolls. Ooh, that sounds really good. Jersey Rick, do you have a food truck? It's just a hot toe, almost the same thing. It's a lot an hour. Okay, yes. Wendy says mobile dog grooming. Yeah, so I think Bailey was more into the animal thing. She got bit by a dog. Like, her friend's dog got her on her arm, and I think that made her a little bit more cautious of dogs than she was. So, and I know that fear. I was attacked when I was 10. I was like attacked by a dog, a chow, and I had 18 holes and 72 stitches in my leg at 10 years old. So I was terrified of dogs my whole life, except for my own dogs that I raised. But so I get it. I don't know if that's going to make her feel any type of way towards, you know, grooming. I know she has a little bit more fear than she did, but yeah. Sunshine, have to go, Shannon. Have a great day. Hugs to you, Bailey and Aunt Julie. Thank you for stopping in, Sunshine. I appreciate you. Autumn says, OMG. I know it was scary. I know it was scary for Bailey too. Rob, she said, sorry, I'm trying to get through the chats. Bree, that's super exciting. Are you going to be able to film at the football event? Yes, Bree. So we're going to film here and there. It's probably not going to be a full film like we normally would. We have to serve 1,000 hot dogs. So within a few hours, like 4 hours time frame. So we're going to be so crazy busy. But we will have some clips, and I'm going to film the prep. Like the prep starts now. It is September 29th. November 1st is the game, but the prep starts now. They want specialty dogs. I have to get additional inspections by the city. So like everything kind of starts now. And then, yeah, I'm going to film that part, all that stuff. Sam says, I've always heard nightmares about HOAs. Did you ever run into any of that? Just overstep their authority. I could write a book on that. Yeah, the HOA, I found it was a group of the most unhappy people I had ever met in my life. Complainers, not all of them. I'm not saying that everyone that lives in an HOA is, and no disrespect to anyone who lives in an HOA, but this particular one that I was at, I felt that people woke up, about a lot of them woke up that day and said, what can I be mad about today? And who can I take it out on? And it was just, it was interesting. So yeah. Buffalo, New York says, hi, hello. Oh, Antonia says, just live stream the event. That's actually not a bad idea at all. Reginald says, have you thought about doing high school games? I had someone mention that our high schools out here, they have concession stands. So usually places with a concession, you can't, but that's a really good idea for some that don't have concession. T says, go Bills. Rob says, HOA sucks. This is coming from a dude whose mom is interim HOA president, and she was like, shut it down. I don't know what I would have to go to the board meetings, right? Because I was like a part of not the board members, but I was a part of the staff, and man, the stuff these people, they would take off work to come to the board meeting, so they could complain about whatever it is they need to complain about. And they would complain about like a street sign was tilted. Someone took off work to come to the meeting to complain, and they were mad. Like they were mad. They didn't just say, hi, we have a street sign. They were like, no, the street sign's been leaning for 6 months. Nobody's fixed it. This is ridiculous. And they're like hitting their hands on the table. I'm like, over a street sign? Is this what we're doing right now? Like, what? So yeah, little things like that added up. I wouldn't have left yet. I wasn't just going to leave just because. I left because the hot dog cart was doing good, and I was like, goodbye. Bailey says, am I going to bring you pizza for lunch, Mama? Mama is busy, but we could work something out. I'm going to be live we'll go live till 11, then we'll chat. Wendy says they'll be complaining about a wreath. Yeah, it's like, what? You don't have, that tells me you've never had that many real problems because I know a lot of things that I would, anyways. That's that. MJ says, good morning, Miss MJ here from California. Use the white paper to wrap your hot dogs. It's faster than putting them in trays, and you can shove them in a bag. I have been really thinking about changing up how I do that. The only thing with the wax, with the paper, is I feel like the chili and cheese will just squish right into it. It'd probably be messy coming off. I was thinking about the little trays that can have the flip top trays. They're a little bit more expensive, but at least, I don't know. But I've been thinking a lot about that. So thank you for the suggestion, and maybe I can try it and see. Rob. Hey, Chris from Australia. How are you? Hey, from New Zealand. Thanks, Luke. Antonio, I live in an HOA neighborhood, and it's no bueno. Yeah. Oh, and then we're not even going to talk about the feuds from within. The neighbor on neighbor drama was like, what are you doing? I could not live that close to someone that I just disliked, because they would feud. I don't know of any two neighbors that truly just really got along. Andre says, Bailey, Mama says, call Uber to bring you pizza. She will surely DoorDash her some pizza at work. She does all the time. Big Papa Plump, Kentucky here. We really enjoy watching your content. I'm starting my new venture in mid-October. Woohoo! You've been very informative. Big Papa Plump approved. Thank you. That's why I started these videos, is to try and be helpful and, help someone on their journey. Because when I was starting my hot dog cart, there was like one channel, Ben's, that was helpful in, how to set up a hot dog cart business, because there's a lot of ins and outs that are hard. Your licensing, your permitting, your commissaries. Those are hard things hard hurdles to get through. And I had to research, and I had to do so much to get it started. I was like, wow, we've got to make this easier for others that want to do this, because why not? Like, why not? So that's why I started making these videos, and I'm so thankful that they're helpful. So thank you for sharing that. Paige says, I don't have an HOA, but someone turned me into my county for having 2 empty pallets and a toddler bike on my back deck. How crazy is that? Ugh. Bruns Catering, you've been a huge inspiration for me starting. That is amazing. That makes me so happy. Keeps me going. I appreciate that. Draft Horses, what's up? Hey, Sunshine, hope you're doing well. Keep up the great work. 100K is right upon you. You're awesome. Thank you. Paige says they turned in 6 neighbors. That is so crazy. Nisman says, excuse me, Nissen says, been here since 15K subs. Anything planned for 100K? What do people do? What do people do to celebrate? I've had a few people say, what are you going to do to celebrate 100,000 subscribers? I don't watch a ton of YouTubers, so I don't know what the norm is. So if you have ideas of what we should do, let me know. Like, do we throw a party or something? I don't know. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate you. Paige says, I sincerely think they woke up in a bad mood. Some people have nothing better to do. I'm convinced that. So I think miserable people try to make other people miserable. Happy people try to make other people happy. And I think that shows. I think we've all came across people. Andre says, 100K, you will get the YouTube thingy. Yeah, I'll get the YouTube plaque. I can't wait. Buenos dias. Have you ever thought about having churros? CA Bald Eagle fan. I haven't, honestly, I love churros, but I haven't thought about it because I don't have fryers. And I don't know how I would carry grease right now, but I love them and I'd love to serve them. I just don't really have a way right now, and we're kind of limited on the cart. William says, we don't have HOAs here in Australia. Interesting. Wow. I lived in an HOA once, guys. Believe it or not, I actually lived in one. And it was actually great, except for I moved across the street from the one person that was a butthead. But then he went to prison because he embezzled money from the Jacksonville Transportation Authority, so then we don't have to deal with him anymore. Yeah, how about that? I forgot about that. Rob hold on, let me go back up some more. Joy says, we could throw a YouTube dance party. I love it. Chris says, it's summer down under in December. You'd make a fortune down here. I didn't know does it stay warm year round? JK says, you are appreciated, Shan. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Tracy says, do a hot dog challenge. That would be fun. Bruns Catering says, wrap the cart for 100K. Ooh, that's a good idea. Actually, that's a really good idea. I need to write that down. I got my little... Tracy says, throw a party live. I'm going to write this down. 100K, wrap the cart. Jedi says, $100,000 giveaway. If I had $100,000. Let's see. Someone's asking about Bailey's old Camaro. It's just a 2010 Camaro. Yeah, her Camaro's broke down in the yard and it needs a new engine. LB, hello from Arizona. Hello. Joy says, just go live for 100K. That would be cool. Antonio says, I think finding a commissary would be the hard part of food trucks to find. Yes, I hear that a lot. That's like the biggest hurdle for people is finding the commissary. Go Bolton says, presentation is key. The little boxes for the hot dogs to sit in would be nice. Continued success, Miss Sunshine. Thank you. Yeah, I think I was actually looking up those little containers the other day. So yeah, Sergio says a hot dog eating contest. And just a reminder, guys, I said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again. If you're new in here, if you drop a comment and I miss it, just know I do go back and rewatch these. And I do get to see the comments when they're a little bit slower. So if you have something to say, feel free to drop in the chat. I will see it later on if I don't see it now. And please like the live. It lets YouTube know to push it out to more people. Bree says 100K Zoom meetup. LOL, we can eat hot dogs and run our mouths for a couple of hours, but that may be chaotic with all of us. It would be, but that would be fun. David said HOA don't matter. You got a rooster. Chris says it gets hot, but we don't really have hot dog carts. It would be an idea here down near the beach. That's really cool. B Cools says stick to the basics. It works. You start doing all kinds of other stuff. It costs you in the long run. 40 years experience here. Very true. Very, very true. And I can get a little optimistic on all kinds of things. Rodney and Peggy, create a hot dog name after your subscribers. Let fans vote on your ingredients and then feature the winning recipe as the official 100K dog. I'm writing that one down too. 100K dog. Love it. Your rooster wanted camera time. Yeah, my rooster did. What's up, Tech Nature? Welcome, welcome. Reginald Hall says, what do you plan on doing in the winter months? I'm going to hopefully still work because the bills aren't going to stop. I wish they would pause for January and February, but no, I'm going to continue to work unless it's like freezing. I don't have any choice. Either that or have to hit YouTube a lot harder. Like, I don't know. Y'all might, I don't know. But okay, so here in Florida though, we only get 2 cold months. It's like literally the very end of January and then February. Those are our coldest months. So if we can get through that, we'll be fine. Even in December, we're still wearing flip-flops and shorts in December. So yeah, we don't get the cold, crisp, Christmas mornings or anything. But then January gets really, really cold though. So I think we'll be good. Joy says s'mores and hot chocolate. That's a really good idea. Rob says, if you can't set up cart, do more live streams. That's what I was thinking. Like, when one's weak, do the other. And that's how it goes, Rob. Like when it comes to YouTube and the hot dog cart, if I have a day, or let's say a week, if there's a week where I'm so busy on the hot dog cart, say I have like 4 events for the hot dog cart. Well, that takes away my time for editing and YouTube and things like that. So I notice that if I'm running the hot dog cart more, the YouTube kind of falls. If I'm running YouTube more, of course, I can't run the hot dog cart as much. So it's really a balancing act when you're doing both, because these are both literally full-time jobs, YouTube and the hot dog cart. So yeah, that's that. Jedi says, ooh, I have an idea for the 100K dog. Chop up hot dogs with baked beans on a roll. It's breakfast time here, and that did not sound good, but I had baked beans last night that were delicious, so I love last night that would have sounded delicious. This morning with my coffee, Molly's POV says a hot dog USA tour would be cool to watch from city to city, state to state. That would be so much fun. Honestly, okay, so I forgot to tell y'all. Some of y'all have probably heard it before, but I want to go to New York or somewhere up north and have like a real dirty water dog from the carts up there, like a Sabrett hot dog. We don't have that down here. And so I did want to do that for 100K. So if that went good, like the travel video of that, if that does really good, I could take like a month and 1 week be in California and try California dogs and 1 week be in wherever. So that would be really, really fun. Rob, you got to go do home dog. Yeah, that would be fun. Nathan's, yeah. I live in NYC. Come visit. Yeah, see, that would be really fun. And someone, William says, where in New York? I don't even know. I wouldn't know. I'd have to research. I'd probably ask you guys, hey, I'm going to go to New York. Where's the best place to get the best dog? Yeah, and then go eat it and film it for y'all. Take y'all with me. Put y'all in my suitcase and bring you with me. Bill says, yes, we call them dirty water dogs. During the older days, we used to call them steamers. Yeah, I want to try it. Dan says he's 2 hours from New York. Ted says mild sausage dog on a croissant roll with maple mayo. Wow. That sounds good. William says, I'm going to call you Shannon the hot dog queen. Thank you. I love that. Dan says, you have such a great personality. Thank you. Molly says, yes, let's do it. Right? That would be fun. I'm going to do it. I promise. Um, I say you and Angeli go out and rate your local town restaurants in the cold months. Yep, I definitely thought about that. That's why I also started up Sunshine Eats TV. There's no content on there yet, but I do have another channel that it's just going to be cooking, eating, not so much the hustle of working the cart. And I've been pre-filming some stuff. So some of my favorite recipes cooking at home, like I'm pre-filming that. So, but definitely that would be fun to go travel through the winter months. I could do that for sure. They should have a contest for best creative tasting hot dog contest. I love that. Ronald says, highly recommend Jimmy Buff's Italian hot dogs in West Orange, New Jersey. Hands down the king of hot dogs for me. Wow, okay. Good to know. William says, I saw your big tattoo. Yep, there's my tattoo. It's my only one. It's the Queen of Hearts. And BT says, congrats on your continued success. Thank you so much. Rob says, that would be amazing. I would love to do the journey with you since I can't really travel myself. I'll bring you guys. I'll bring you out with me in my pocket. Moore says, Coney Island in New York, try the Nathan's, but it was disappointing according to a couple of reviews lately. I just saw that. I just saw something that said they weren't good, and I was a little disappointed because I thought about trying them. Careful, everyone. She hasn't had her coffee. Bye, Tech Nature. See ya, Dolan. Antonio, we would love to see you cooking your family recipes. So thank you for that. And I would love to do that. My only problem right now, I'm practicing filming and stuff for the other channel. And I'd put it on here too, if y'all wanted to see it. But my kitchen, I live in a double wide. I live in a mobile home. So the way it's set up, I don't have a way to like set up a camera where I can chat with you guys and cook. It would be just pointed right down on the food. And that's kind of a bummer because I really when I'm talking to the camera, I feel like I'm literally talking to y'all, which here on a live I am. But I really like that face-to-face interaction. And so yeah, that's my struggle right now. So one day, though, I'm going to buy a house that has a kitchen that's set up where I can just film from every angle and chat with y'all and cook. We'll build an outdoor kitchen. That's not a bad idea. So we're renting. We rent this place. And so I'm like, because I thought about that. We were like, we could get one of those little tiny houses and build it into like a little kitchen. And I'm like, but by the time we do that, that's a down payment on a house. You know, we started calculating. I have a notebook where we were writing down the prices, you know, the full build out. And after $25,000, we could just put that as a down payment and buy a house, which is in our plans. We've been working towards that goal for several years now. And so that's where I'm at right now. Womp womp. Gonzalo says, I'll send you a house through Amazon. Please do. My P.O. box is in I'm kidding. But yeah, so that's the goals. And I'm trying to find a workaround. My sister-in-law has a really pretty house. And I know she would let me come film. I actually go there and cook. Like once every few months, I have a meal that they all just love. And I'll go to her house and cook. So that would be a cool thing too. I'm sure she would let me film over there some. And she has like the island. So you can have the camera set up and you can just see everything. That would be really neat. The Sound Architect, good morning. An idea for winter months, check with local schools and see if they will let you sell hot dogs in their concessions. I had luck. They let me do it with my pretzels and funnel cakes. That is really neat. I love that. Keezy says you live off grid, Shannon. Kinda, yeah. I'm way out in the country. Yeah, very much kind of off the grid. Thank you, Danny P. I appreciate you. Bill says, I'm from New York and I don't like Nathan's hot dogs at all. You know, I tried them too, and they weren't my absolute favorite. I know a lot of people love them, but I put so much junk on my hot dog anyways, I can rarely taste the actual hot dog. But Rob from Georgia says, Southern prices right now are horrific for buyers. They are. We had a lot of people, and this is real. I saw it firsthand from working at the HOA. A lot of people moved down from New York, and they sold their homes up there. Well, they could buy a home down here for way cheaper, but cheap to them was like $700,000, whereas a house that they were buying for $700,000 would have costed like $300,000. So it really inflated our market around here. And I saw it firsthand at the community I lived in. People were moving down, and yeah, it made things really expensive. So be cool. Thank you. You have a good day too. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hope you have a wonderful day. Leroy says, I don't think Nathan's is that good either. Go Bolton says, Coney Island has changed over the years, but you can still get a great experience in the 5 boroughs. Very cool. Hey, Patrick, what's up? How are you? And Julie says, I want a funnel cake now. That does sound good. William says, when you go on holidays, you should check out other hot dog places. You can do a video blog on hot dogs around the USA and rate them. That is my goal. Oh, William, that is so my goal. Trust me. That's why I started Sunshine Eats TV, because I wanted to go do that. Yeah. Jedi says Amazon wish list, 6-bedroom, 5-bath. Right? Hey, I'll be happy with a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Give me that. It's less the clean. I just want a good kitchen so I can cook. Lucy Lou says, would your new house still be in the country? That is such a good question. I'm from the city. I'm from the actual city, Jacksonville, and I moved out to the country to raise my kids. My kids are raised now, so I often think about going back a little bit into the city, because for us, like, a Walmart's 45 minutes away. Restaurant Depot is over an hour away. So with me in this business, Sam's 45 minutes away. So that is really hard for me to run this type of business where I need to do my shopping and inventory. It's really, it really makes it hard being out in the country. So to answer your question, I would buy closer to the city. Maybe not right in the city, but closer for sure. Let's see. Andre says, Leah is Aunt Julie. I was looking for Aunt Julie name. I know. I told her one time, I was like, no one's going to know who you are as Leah. But yeah, Aunt Julie is Leah. David says, anybody got any blueberry muffins? That sounds good too. Jedi says, Salen's hot dogs are great. I have not tried a Salen's or a Sabrett. We don't have a lot of exciting things. Antonio says, go live, take us shopping with you just to add more variety. Yeah, I love the lives. Honestly, I don't have to edit. The editing is so hard. Not hard, it's time consuming, because when we're out there, we'll have 3-4 hours worth of footage that I have to cram down into 20 minutes. Some people say don't edit, just throw the whole video up, but you can't do that. YouTube is very technical, and YouTube will only show your content if people are engaged. So if I used to throw out 45-minute videos, but a lot of people would only watch like 15 minutes of that. Well, that hurts your analytics, then YouTube doesn't push it as much, and blah, blah, blah. So it's this delicate dance with YouTube to make sure that your videos are getting seen, but that the people who do truly love you, like your real fans, are satisfied too and have long enough videos. So it's a delicate dance, but I'm doing my best to learn. It's still very new to me. I'm still very new to all this, so I'm trying to learn as I go. Hello, KWA or KYAW. I don't know. I don't want to butcher your name, but hello. Rob says, lots of wear and tear on the car and gas too, being that far. Yeah, it's a lot. And, prepping for hot dog day, I have to go to usually at least 2 stores, Sam's, sometimes Walmart, and then you need propane. Like, everything is so far. It really does make it hard. Yeah, Leroy, all the platforms are wild. Yes. But I have to, YouTube means a lot to me. It helps keep everything going. So I have to be very, very diligent and very careful on everything I do. Hey, Josh, welcome. Good morning. Everybody's saying that's a good idea, Paige. So let me find Paige. It's comment. For 100K, you could do a trivia game pertaining to Sunshine's hot dogs and give some merch away. Ooh, writing that one down. 100K trivia. I love trivia and I love games and all of that. Vehicle, a write-off on taxes. Yes, I will be writing that vehicle off for sure. Dan, you have a good day too. Thank you. Mike says maybe get some candy bars for the cart. Keep them in the cooler. That's a good idea, especially now that it's cooling off a little bit. During the heat of the summer, it'll be really hard. I mean, I know if we keep them in the cooler, but yeah, that's really a good idea. Eclectic says, when you serve peppers, what actually are they? Chili? Okay, so they're bell peppers and onion, and I season them really well. WAI says, how thick are the jumbo dogs? The jumbo dogs they're a quarter pound. So they are much bigger than the regular hot dogs. I don't prefer them. I prefer a regular hot dog over those, but a lot of people eat the jumbos and prefer them. HTX says, what is your favorite hot dog spot? So my favorite spot is my OG spot where I go at the ballpark. But my favorite events are the catered events. We did one last Friday for Napa. You guys will see that video, not this week, but next week. We're actually ahead a week on videos. But y'all see that in about 2 weeks where we catered for Napa. Those are so nice because they're prepaid. So you know what you're going to make, and that's just a beautiful thing. And they're quick. You get there, you set up for like an hour and a half, and then you're done. So those are just the best. Love those, love those, love those. David says, I watch your videos 10 times just in case their equipment is on the brink. Thank you. Uncle Rocky adds sport peppers and celery salt to the cart. AI, what's up? Good morning. Hi, Shannon. Hope you're doing okay from the UK. Hi, Fiona. I'm wonderful. I hope you are too. Andre says, I start watching your videos and I can't stop, but the ideal time is 30 minutes each. Yep, I think that's the sweet spot. About 30 minutes is gonna be good. Johnny says, find a good tax professional. Yes. Antonio says, remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Yes, please hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to go back up to all the comments that I might have missed. Hello from Washington State. Hi, Jojo. Find a good tax professional. Yep, I remember that. I usually do my own taxes, but this year I might have to hire someone this year. Weenies on Wheels. Oh, well, I just said, who does your bookkeeping? I do my own bookkeeping. I've always had a side business. Always. I've always tried to have like dual income, whether it's just something little like cleaning business or whatever. But I've always done my own taxes. I also have worked in accounting type jobs. So my accounting skills are pretty strong, but I'm at a point now where I'm so busy that it's getting hard to, I have to go back and then, not fix my books, but go on and enter everything of my expenses and my expenditures and things like that. So I'm getting to a point where I would rather just hand it off to someone else and let them handle it. But I have done all my accounting all these years. David, the 10 times has me confused. I think Shannon also was confused. PJ says, greetings. Just keep focusing on the things that you can control, your expenses and your gear. Keep things simple and everything else will take care of itself. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, I like the one where you were at night talking to the girls. Casanova, no work today. I'm good. How are you? Antonio says, support the channel and share this video stream and hit that like button to support. Thank you. Say It's K says, when you use raw onions, do you use the milder red onion? I actually use a sweet onion. We have Vidalia sweet onions, and that's what I use. I think they're really good. Hopefully everybody else does too. Uncle Crafty, I will talk to you later. He's got to go to treatment. I hope your health issues are getting better, and I'm sorry you're having a hard time, but I hope you have a good day, Uncle Crafty. Hey, Darren, good morning. Jojo says you should serve coffee for the cold days ahead. Truckers need. I would love that. And if we move to a food truck or trailer, I definitely want to serve coffee. I would love to do iced coffee and hot coffee. I am passionate about coffee. I love coffee, and yeah, I've always wanted to serve coffee to the point where I came close to wanting to do a coffee shop. And yeah, so there's that. Hey, Kenneth, I'm here between assignments. Want to show my support. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Kenneth. Johnny says, where do you make more money, YouTube or hot dogs? Honestly, it depends. It depends on where I'm putting my energy more. If I ran the hot dog cart every single day, the hot dog cart would probably outdo it, because here lately we're making $500 to $600 on the cart pretty consistently. I don't bring home that much, but usually I could bring home $200 to $300 a day, and I don't make $200 to $300 a day on YouTube. So it's a balancing act. But whereas I say that, if I went live every day and posted videos 3 times a week, I could definitely make more on YouTube. So I guess it just depends on where I put my energy at. But there is money to be made on YouTube. I had one video that took off, and I was able to quit my job because of my one video that it's over 1 million views now. But that month that video was rolling, I was like, hey, I can make money doing this. Bye, HOA. And I don't make that much now, but still, it's enough to keep me going. Tracy says, are you having a hot dog for lunch today? I might. Or it looks like Bailey wants pizza, so I might be bringing her pizza. Bailey says, for real, almost 6 hours of being up, no food, starving. Girl, you gotta start packing you a lunch. Rob says, Shannon, send Bailey's pizza. We'll wait. They probably just opened. Get the coffee, Camaros, then you just make it before you leave home. It'll stay. That's a good idea, David. I actually have a big one. I could get a couple of those, brew it. That's very, very smart. I love that. And Bailey, you can order a pizza. You can use that card that you have the numbers to if you want to order you a pizza. Yes, coffee rules. Yes, it does. See, David, you said you watch her video 10 times each, just in case her video equipment is on the brink. Oh, I think, David, they're trying to figure out, we're all trying to figure out what you meant by that. Mike says pizza with hot dogs. I would eat a pizza hot dog because I love pizza that much. Ted says we need sunshine special sauces, like different mixes of mustard, mayo, relish. I would love that. I would love to make some special sauces for sure. Dave says, hey, Shannon, working the day, but wanted to give a quick hey. Space Coast checking in. Don't forget to like the live, y'all. Thank you. Bailey says, girl, it's 11. Pizza question mark. Your sister will be out of class soon. Maybe she could swing you a pizza. Hey, Mark, sending love from England. Thank you, thank you. Vidalia onions are the best. Yes, they are. Capsium down under is a bell pepper. Oh, I didn't know that. Rodney and Peggy, that's really cool. Johnny says, do you have to pay taxes quarterly? Yes, I pay my sales tax quarterly. So if you're looking to get into the business or a business where you have to charge sales tax, yes, I do pay my sales tax quarterly. Those are separate than my actual taxes that I'm going to file at the end of the year. But I pay quarterly sales tax. So when you sell hot dogs, you collect sales tax on that, and then you have to take that money and then send it to the state. And I do that quarterly, and you cannot forget that because they can come for you for that. Don't keep the state's money. And then in turn, you don't get charged sales tax. So when you buy your product, when you go to the store and buy stuff that you're gonna sell, you just show them your reseller certificate and you don't have to pay tax on that stuff. And but then you do charge tax when you sell it, and then you send that to your state. Excuse me. Johnny says, what's the hot dog schedule look like recently? Do you think winter will slow down sales or your area doesn't get cold? My area doesn't get cold. Thank you, Mega. My area doesn't get real cold, so if we do slow down, it'll be the end of January into February. But the way I'm looking at it is people are still going to need to eat. Sorry, Bailey, to talk about food. But yeah, I think they're still going to need to eat. I think construction's still going to be going on. And yeah, Mike says, love the ghost mug. Thank you. I think this one, yeah, it even has ghosts inside. Antonio, sausage gravy hot dog, is there something like that? Hold on. Sausage gravy hot dog, is there something like that in the future? If I have a food truck or trailer, so if we upgrade, I will probably serve actual like biscuits and gravy because we'll be able to do a lot more from a truck or trailer. Bye, Dave. Have a good day at work. And Scott, you too. Thank you, Tracy. Says my ring is beautiful. Thank you. I love it so much. But yeah, so hey, Francisco. Yeah, on the hot dog cart, we're only allowed to sell hot dogs and sausages, and our menu is so limited. I even want to bring on a special dog, but we can only bring like 2 to 3 coolers. So when you stack these coolers up with hot dogs and sausages and onions and peppers and chili and cheese, and these coolers get really full, and my truck gets packed, or my SUV gets completely packed down. So it really becomes a space issue. Rob says Bailey got quiet. Is she ordering pizza? Probably. WAI says, so do you go out every day, or what serving? Just wondering. I don't go out every single day because of this right here, YouTube. Usually I'm working. Mondays are like my only day where I don't have as much to do, but I'm working every other day, whether it's on the cart or on YouTube. I literally work 7 days a week, literally. A lot of it is from home, so it doesn't feel like I'm going and clocking in somewhere and pulling 80 hours. I'm home, so it's not that bad, but yeah. Ted says food truck time. Listen, yes. Hopefully so. Hopefully after the big Florida, Georgia event, I can stack my little pennies and get a little bit closer. Nisman says, ever thought about steaming the buns on the cart? Yes, I actually have done it. Hey, Kotak, I have steamed the buns, but it's very hard to do on the cart because they either get too mushy or they end up getting hard. I could never really find that sweet spot with the temperature, but Florida, it's hot. So when you have them in the bag, they kind of steam themselves already. So I've just been going with that because I was wasting so many buns. I had them in the steamer and I would waste a lot. Let's see. Well, hey, Paul, thank you for joining the members. Just joined the YouTube member. Thank you so much. You are now a member. I love that. I have a full live stream that only members can see. It's from us running the cart at Keg and Coin at night. So as a new member, you can go watch that. It's a full live, unedited. That's up there for you members. And I'll be posting a lot more. So thank you and welcome. Bree says, have you thought about setting up at your local Lowe's or Home Depot on a Saturday? They have a ton of foot traffic. I have, and I would love that. The only thing is the ones that are closest to me, they already have hot dog vendors. Hey, Ayadav, welcome to the chat. Antonio says, when are you going to start showing new content on your new channel? I actually filmed for that channel this weekend, so it won't be long. I'm making myself finish this course, which is why this little studio area. How does this look, by the way? Can you tell it's like, I don't know. This is what I'm going with. I'm filming my course. My course is completed. I'm teaching everyone how to start a hot dog cart business, like a detailed class. And the course is complete. The slides are complete. Everything is done except for the front on filming. I have to film some of it. And that's why I set this little studio up. And so I'm making myself finish the course completely before I move on to Sunshine's Eats. So Mike says it looks like an office cubicle. Cool. I'm in my daughter's old room. So I'm in a spare bedroom. Yeah. So I'm just trying to make it look professional. But yeah, so after I finish the course, then Sunshine's Eats will be coming. But I am pre-filming, so I'm practicing and all that because it's a different, it's different. I'm cooking and things like that. So yeah. Sam says, I think cold weather will make your sales better. It really could. Paul Howard says, happy to be a member of this channel. I'm so happy to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Aya Dev says, I'm a new subscriber. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Andre says, when you work for your own self, you usually work 7 days a week. That's the bad part of having your own business besides paying taxes. That is so true. Yeah, I never stop. I never stop working. I'm always just working, but I love it. I'm a workaholic. I love it. I'm always trying to improve and do better. We come from, kind of more poor family, and I just want to build a legacy that I can pass on to my daughters and that they can be proud of and that I can be proud of. And so they don't have to go through some of the struggles that I had to go through. So that is my goal. And that is my burning force, my drive that keeps me going. Mudhouse says, what's your best-selling hot dog? Chili dogs, maybe? Probably so, yeah. I think chili cheese dogs are probably the number one. Excuse me. Bree says you may be able to try Tractor Supply or Ace Hardware. Ooh, I actually got invited to the Ace Hardware parking lot. I forgot about that. Not forgot, but I forgot. Okay. I went there to fill my propane and they're like, hey, you should set up here sometimes. And I was like, okay, so this is going on the list. The only reason I haven't yet, though, we have a hot dog man that's been doing it for many years here in the town. So the Ace Hardware would be there, but he's like, some days he's here, some days he's somewhere else. So maybe on a day he is working somewhere else, I could come and go to the Ace Hardware. That would be fun. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Andre says, I have my own auto body and painting 40 by 30 shop behind our house. That is awesome. Heck yeah. I love that. Antonio says, what made you pick Sam's Club dogs over Costco dogs? Honestly, Sam's is closer to me and I like their dogs. And that's why. Costco's a lot further away from me. I live so far out that everything is so far. Even Restaurant Depot, people get on to me and they'll say, oh, like, why are you not going to a restaurant supply store? Because you can get things cheaper. Well, for me, by the time I spend the time and the gas to drive over an hour to get to a restaurant supply store, I might save a couple bucks and then come all the way back. So then I've had like 2 hours of drive time, you know, the gas, the time, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's why, yeah. Eclectic says, I remember when YouTube started recommending your videos, I was like, who the H is this woman? Now it's like, yeah, boy, fresh upload. That is so funny. I haven't had I have like secondhand embarrassment to go back and watch like my first videos. But I remember that day I was like, I think I'm gonna start a YouTube channel, and then I just set my camera up in my bedroom like, hey guys, I just bought a hot dog cart. Let's go look at it. But yeah, we've come a long way and I'm having a blast and I'm so grateful for everybody watching, and it's unreal, really. Cool Aid says, what kind of coleslaw do you use? I've never seen it on hot dogs, but I'm also picky about coleslaw. Ugh. I use Winn-Dixie's. It's a Southeastern Groceries. I like it. I have some people that come order a slaw dog. Every time a hot dog cart's there, they come get their slaw dog. And I've had other people say, what kind of slaw do you use? And I say Winn-Dixie, and they're like, oh no. But I season it. So I get it. I get the slaw from Winn-Dixie, and then I add my own spin to it. I just tried coleslaw for the first time recently, and I just started liking it, and I love it. So I don't know the difference between a really good slaw or a homemade slaw versus that. So, and we're not allowed to make our own in Florida. Michael, what kind of chili do you use? I use Chef Mate and love it. I've had people go out of their way to say, like to message me and be like, hey, I had your chili dog. What kind of chili is that? It was really good. It's good. And I also do season it too. That's another thing. We're not allowed to make our own chili. We're not allowed to make our own slaw. Florida is pretty strict about that. Andre says slaw should always be sweet. Yes, and it is a sweet slaw. And it's good. Mudhouse says, we are passing our business to my son. He took over the Resign about 1 year ago, and he is doing so good. Crossing my fingers, very proud of my son. That is something to be very proud of. That's my goal, too, is to build something that I can pass on. My oldest is very independent. She doesn't have real interest in doing anything like this or what. She's on her own path, and I love that for her. Bailey, on the other hand, will be the one that, if I built something and was like, hey, it's yours, you want it, she would probably take it and hit the ground running. She just has that spark and fire, and we're so much alike that we like the same things. P. Jones says, Shannon, curious, do you need to carry do you need to carry insurance in case someone claims they got sick, heaven forbid, by your food? You don't have to, but I do. So I do have insurance, and insurance is required for a lot of places. If you're going to go set up at like community events or certain businesses, they need you to have insurance anyway. So I do have insurance for that. Yes. Mario says, hey, love the channel. You ever try sport peppers? We use them here in Chicago. Yes, I have. I have tried them and I like them. I didn't try it on a hot dog, but I took one. Actually, someone sent me a jar. And I took the pepper out and I squirted the juice on my pizza. It was so good. Oh, Shane just texted me. How'd it go, my beautiful baby? I'm still live. I'm still yapping. I always say like, oh, I'm only going to be an hour. And then I just get to yapping. And here I am an hour and a half later. Bree says, sorry, I'm throwing all kinds of ideas out. But with me being in the Keys, we collab with bait shops all the time too. Try setting up at your busiest bait shop. Yes. Yes, girl. I love that. And I want to come to the Keys. Oh, I can't wait to come down. I'm going to come down one day. But yeah, that's an excellent idea. I actually was working on something very similar to that. So thank you. I try not to say my spots because people go steal them. Bailey says, yeah, we can tell, girl. Haha, kidding. I love you. I love you too, girly. Mario says, BLT hot dogs for your menu. Ooh, I'd try bacon. I don't really do the tomato. Old Farm Show says Chicago dog. I've never tried a Chicago dog, but I'm gonna film it when I do. Andre says, hates mayo. I'm team Miracle Whip. Okay. We listen and we do not judge. Eclectic Florida. Yeah, buddy. Gator dogs or what are those invasive lizards? They're iguanas. Y'all know we have monkeys too in Florida, like wild monkeys, like literally like an hour and a half away from where I live. The monkeys are everywhere out near what's it called, Silver Springs. But you can like paddle the crystal clear springs and then there'll be monkeys up in the trees and stuff. It's super crazy. But yeah, we have the lizards down, like more down south. Bailey, I saw your text that you need a charger too. Okay, girly. What else we got? Sam, I keep dropping down in stats. Tracy asked, do you sell more hot dogs or sausage dogs? That's a really good question, and I'm going to answer it in a second, but I want to let everybody know, if you have some questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat, because I am going to wrap it up before it's too long. I have a long list of to-dos today, so I've got to stay on track, even though it's easy to stay. I could stay here with you guys all day. But as far as do I sell more hot dogs or sausage dogs, it truly depends on the location. If we're in the city, like in Jacksonville, like kind of downtown area, definitely hot dogs. And not only hot dogs, but more plain hot dogs, like just mustard ketchup, you know, very plain. When we're out serving for the construction crew, I definitely serve about equal amounts of sausage. Yeah, the last time we were out, we almost sold out last time. So that's a sneak peek into this week's video. Paul Howard says, do you really have monkeys in Florida? Yeah, that's for real. We really do. Hey, Lillian, welcome. Casey says Bailey needs her pizza. Yes, she can order her pizza or go probably drive. She has a very flexible little deal there, but I'll still bring you a pizza because she would do it for me. That's how I always do with her. Like, I know she would do it for me. So, yeah. Bailey says, I agree, Casey. Patrick says, do you drink or smoke? I don't smoke. I have a drink occasionally, but I don't smoke. It probably sounds like I do because I'm asthmatic, so I'm always like, but no. Lisa says, I use Publix bagged slaw, add sugar, salt, pepper, celery seed, and mayo. I really want to try a homemade slaw, just to try it and see. I'm actually going to put that on my list, make slaw. Because I really like it and I'm starting to crave it. I really starting to crave it. Same thing with like sushi. I never ate sushi till I was like probably 30. And I was like, ugh, sushi. And then when I first started eating it, I could like barely eat it. And then after I got over that, like I craved it. And I'm at that point with slaw. I went through the phase of like, ugh, I'm never going to try it. Then I tried it. I was like, I like it. And then I put it on a hot dog one time and I was like, ugh, it's just not working. It's too cold and crunchy. And then now when I see that slaw, I'm like, give me some. Bailey, pizza with tacos, great combo. Ooh, tacos sound good too. I might make tacos tonight. Some Mudhouse said, someone quick, send Bailey a pizza. Bailey says, I do not today. I wish. How many dogs are y'all bathing today, Bailey? Bree says, come down, girl. I'd love to show you a great time. My husband and I are big into boating, fishing, and eating good food. Me too. Oh, Bree, we've got to stay in touch because you just spoke my language. I love to fish. I love to eat good food. I love to have a good time. So that would be really fun. And I've never been to the Keys. I wanted to go for Bailey's birthday. Her birthday was in August. And I was like, oh, let's go to the Keys. And you know what she said? I don't want to have to drive that far. So yeah, she didn't have to drive 8 hours down to the Keys. Bailey says, as far as dogs, like actual roof dogs, I think 9 or 10, but they are crazy and big. She's grooming dogs, so 10 dogs, that's a lot in a day. Andre says, Bailey, best pizza out there is Pizza Hut meat lovers with pineapple. That actually sounds good. I've been on a Domino's kick lately. Thank you, Juan. Welcome to the chat. Brian says, how about sauerkraut? What's your thoughts? Brian, I have a hard time even pouring that stuff into my little container to serve it. I've never tried it, and I probably never will. There's something about fermented, the word fermented anything, that I'm like, Even yogurt, I couldn't eat yogurt a lot of my life because I would just imagine it being something rotten. So I wouldn't even touch yogurt. I've gotten better. I can put yogurt in a smoothie because I know it's just good for you. Let's see. Bailey says, yum. Jaden's the pineapple pizza lover. I love Pizza Hut thin crust. Yeah, my other daughter loves pineapples on pizza. I'll eat it, but I won't order it. Andre says, hate Domino's pizza. So does Shane. He hates Domino's. So like my house is so divided on where to get pizza from. But Papa John's though, we had a Papa John's not that long ago, and I forgot how good Papa John's is. And their garlic sauce. Chris says, have you ever thought about making bacon burger dogs? Woo, that sounds interesting. I can't get too crazy with my menu because Florida's so strict. Very strict. So, but food truck time, yes, we'll be rocking and rolling with all kinds of good stuff. I love to cook. I love to serve food. It's just one of my feel-good favorite things to do. Pizza Hut pan pizza is my favorite. That's what I like too, for sure. David says, I like your idea of dog grooming better, Sherry. Yeah, that's what Bailey's doing right now. She's dog grooming. She's grooming dogs. I actually have to wash Diego today. He had an ear infection like a month ago, and we took him to the vet, got it clear. Well, I don't know if it was ever fully clear, but he's back to like tilting his head a little bit. So he has a vet appointment today. So I got to bathe him. Mike says, are the plants real behind you? I like that you didn't know. They're so fake. They're from Home Goods. And I bought them just for this. Chris says, Domino's Italian sausage with Asiago cheese for the win. Yum. Per person says, I'm so glad the pizza in my hometown won 3 prizes in Italia for his pizzas. The world. Oh, wow. That is nice. Heck yeah. I wish we had a good, like some fire, what do you call it? Brick oven fire pizza. Excuse-moi. Old Farm Show says pulled pork sandwich. I would love that. Antonio, it's okay. Let's see. Papa John's is the only place I can get anchovies on my pizza. My mama used to love anchovies on her pizza. I actually tried it. It's not that bad. Did y'all know Caesar dressing is made with anchovies? I didn't know that for a long time. Bailey says, I strongly dislike Domino's. Yeah, she hates Domino's. Her and Shane love Pizza Hut. I like Domino's. Jaden she's more of a Domino's, but she'll eat Pizza Hut if it don't hurt her tummy. Excuse me. Say It's Kay says, I like regular yogurt, but Greek yogurt is a no. It's sour. Mario, ever consider some type of hot dog with avocado on it? I would eat that. I would try one. I love avocado. What else? Look up the Bugosphere they found in Colombia. It's super cool. I hope it's real. Irony. I will check that out. Tracy says, for Halloween, you should try weird combos Like hot dogs with candy on the bun or Nerds, Reese Cups, Twizzlers. Ooh, Tracy, I like a Halloween edition. We have to do something Halloween. We have our annual Halloween party. We throw a party every year, so maybe we can include you on some way. Halloween hot dogs. That's going on the list. Try Glizzy's hot dogs in Cleveland. I watch them all the time. They're awesome. They actually almost came to see me. They went to Florida on vacation, but they kind of ran out of time and all that. But yeah. Pizza hot sauce tastes like ketchup. Oh, Pizza Hut sauce tastes like ketchup. Y'all know I put on my frozen pizza, I put a little bit of hot sauce on it, and it's so good. Antonio, do you have a workout regimen now that you got hot dogs on your daily diet? I need one. Me and Bailey, I have a gym membership that I have not been using lately, and I put on a couple pounds, not gonna lie. So, but I've just been trying to like go on walks and stay active, and it was hard for me like a couple of months there. And I think what made me kind of put on a couple pounds is I have asthma really, really bad. And the one inhaler that works for me the most, I couldn't get. And I actually just got it again like a week ago. Yeah, so basically when I can't breathe, it makes it harder to like go do things and go on walks and go like, jog. But now when I can breathe better, we're good to go. So yeah. But I want to get back in the gym. I think Bailey's going to join with me so we can go do some workout. Sam says, I used to think sauerkraut would be awful on a hot dog and never understood how people do it. Now I must have it on my hot dog. Oh my gosh. Maybe I need to try it one day. Ugh, but the thought of it. Do you like it warm? If you eat sauerkraut, do you eat it warm or cold? I'm curious. Edward says, Halloween hot dog, call it the boo dog. Love it. Rena's has some decent non-chain pizza. I'm not really a pizza person though. Where's that at, Autumn? I know you're local. Sorry guys. Let me yeah, where's that at? People are saying warm sauerkraut. Mike says you should put your logo up behind you. That would be a good idea. Love that. Was out walking my wolf. Loving your videos. P.S. Don't ever worry about weight. You look perfect the way you are. Thank you, Pete. I'm so hard. I've always been hard on myself about that, so thank you. Bye, David. Have a great week. Thank you for kicking it with us. I appreciate it. Good morning, Trey. Hello. Shrimp cream per person says in Sweden has shrimp cream on the hot dog. Oh my gosh. Rewind time, says with Bailey. Hello from Ireland. Hi, Denny. Sonoran dog. That sounds really good. Local pizzas, no chain. Yeah, there's some places out near the beach that are pretty good for sure. Thank you, Patrick. Bailey says, oops, I did. Nicole, we would eat hot dogs with mashed potatoes and sauerkraut. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I like the mashed potato part. Anita says, warm sauerkraut on my hot dogs, or I eat sauerkraut cold with my sandwich. It's fermented and good for your gut. I wish I could try it. Maybe one day. Hey, Julio from Spokane, Washington. Great to have you here. WAI says, try cream corn on a dog. That would be good. Mike says, way past 11. Here I am, 11:30, still yapping. Pete says, Correct says, good video quality. Thank you. I appreciate that. Antonio says, love the earrings. Thank you. Rodney and Peggy, real German sauerkraut tastes so different than American. The German one does not have vinegar. Oh, wow. A vinegar taste. Hello, everyone. If you're just joining, I appreciate you. Even if you've been here from the beginning, I appreciate everyone being here and watching. We're probably going to wrap it up very soon, like now. But I'm going to put this on replay. So if you missed it in about 10 minutes after it finishes uploading, you'll be able to watch the replay now. So thank y'all for being here. I had a fantastic Monday morning. Thank you all for being here. Thanks to my mods. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, so you can rewatch this. If you give it like 30 minutes, it can buffer and be in a higher quality. Correct says, where is Bailey? Bailey is here in the chat. She is here. Edward, when are you getting a hot dog tattooed? Julio, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. It says, you are the best. Can't wait to visit Florida. I can't wait either. Oh, I thank you so much. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you watch the replay. I'm going to watch the replay too later. So if you commented, I will get to see your comments. Love you, Aunt Julie. Thank you. So yeah, I appreciate you all. I'm going to let you go. Make sure you catch the replay and y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.